Hello and good morning. The video you're about to watch, I wanted to let you know that I made it specially for my dear friend in Mexico, Claret Vasquez. Este video que voy a ver pronto, yo hice específicamente por mi querida Claret de México. Voy a disfrutarte. Bye bye. Yeah, hello, this is Lynn Ronald and I thank you very much for watching my video. You're probably watching this on Amazon. And before we go any further, I wanted to point out that Amazon has a new project involving video, and it's almost as if it's in competition to YouTube and Netflix and some of the other providers, and it's fairly large, but it's rather complicated to put your video up. So I'm hoping that you are watching this on video. It'll mean that I've had some success in uploading it. Now, the principal reason for Amazon getting into this business is to reward content creators. And so since in the past I've been concentrating on very small clips and creating content which is very just small interest type of videos, this one may be a little bit more substantial, and I'm hoping that it's rewarded with a placement in Amazon. For those of you who are interested, Amazon allows you to put closed captions up, or in fact they insist on putting closed captions up, which means that it can be indexed, so that this video will be indexed for words such as Cuba, sailing, eating in Cuba, traveling in the Caribbean, and so on. So when you do a search on Google, you can possibly find it through those search terms. So for the time being, I wanted to let you know that I appreciate you all watching this video, and it's entitled On My First Trip to Cuba. Take care. Okay, as promised, this is the introduction to my first trip to Cuba. And in the process, I'll try to lead you into each little video segment, but the plan is to take you through the process of leaving Cozumel and then ultimately Cancun, flying me direct to Havana, Cuba, which is only 35 minutes from here, which is very nice. And we land in Cuba, and I didn't shoot a lot of video, but little bits and pieces that I've got should keep you interested. We flew on, I forgot the name of the airline now, but they've got 2 flights every day from Cancun to Cuba, and it was fairly full, so obviously the flights do take on a special significance when you consider that there's no flights direct from Miami that actually take tourists yet. So a lot of people come down here and fly from Cancun. One of the interesting things, and I'll show you a little clip of the visas, is that visas for Cuba are available. I can actually sell you a visa for Cuba, and the reason is that we bulk purchased some from the embassy in Cancun, and I know that those people in the States who are trying to go to Cuba now are still finding a lot of trouble to get the visa itself. And one of the reasons is that tour companies will add the price of the visa to their package and sometimes charge you $100 to $125 just for the visa. So if you're interested, reply to the video, and we'll arrange to get you a visa sent for a much more affordable cost than that. Okay, so enjoy, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Well, here we are at the Cathedral of La Habana. I don't know what's super special about it, but it seems to be very famous, and a lot of people have congregated here, so it's a pretty cool place. We're just looking for a place to eat in this vicinity. It seems like there's several good places, so I'll show you where we end up. This is the Malecon in Havana, and that's the first cruise ship to come to Havana from, I think it's the United States, can't really tell. Anyway, this is just the beginning of the Malecon, and I'm going to show you a very nice taxi. The man told me that it was 1948, and the girls are there. And we'll come back to the Malecon later on today and show you more. Yeah, well, good morning. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning here in the center of Havana, and I was just walking around the streets early in the morning, as I usually do, just to have a look at different things, and wow, I came across this incredible place. She said it was some kind of pharmacia or pharmacy, but incredible. All of the things are contained in these jars. I don't know what's inside these jars, but let's have a look. It doesn't make any sense to me, but there are thousands of them. And this shop is huge, and look at the ceiling. Most remarkable place I've ever seen. Cuba is an absolute paradise for photographers. Using the staircases in Havana is not for the faint-hearted. These are very steep. I don't know whether you can see this, but I've just come down from a hostel upstairs which has lots of small concerts for guitarists and musicians. So, buen día. ¿Cómo estás? Gracias. Estoy afuera en la calle. I'm outside now on the street, so we'll see you soon. Bye-bye. This is one of the most awesome things that I've found in my morning walk. Unbelievable. This is a planetarium. Right in the middle of, look at that shit, man. This is right in the middle of Havana. Un planetarium. But they told me that it's not working at the moment, but I'm allowed to come in and take photos. But look at that shit. Incredible. I never expected that. So for what it's worth, I'll keep walking upstairs and have a look at the other stuff. And here we are upstairs. Look at these little aeroplanes. I have no idea who created this, but it's really just so awesome. I'm going to walk around here now. There's another flight of stairs going up, but I have no idea where they go to. Let's go and have a look. Oh, it says we're going to the observatory. Okay. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning, I guess. This is a different view. Look at all those planets there, suspended. Unbelievable. I guess it's one of the attractions that they've built for tourists, but most surprising. Hi, buenos días. ¿Cómo estás? Soy Linda Nueva Zelanda. ¿Cómo te llamas? Nieli. Oh, bueno, Nieli, qué bueno este lugar, ¿sí? Okay, good morning from Cuba. I'm in Havana in a place called the Old Square, La Plaza Vieja. Some of you might recognize this if you've been to Cuba before, but this is fantastic. Kids are doing some school exercises here, and at night time I imagine this place would be completely packed. But I just do a 360 to show you. It's walking distance from the hotel, and we're staying in a place called Habana Vieja, the old centre of town. We're about 5 blocks from the Malecon, or from the waterfront. So have fun. I'm going to enjoy the day drinking lots of Cuban coffee. See you then. Bye-bye. Well, hello all. For my final day in Cuba, I'm here in Havana, overlooking the town's principal square. I think they call it Plaza Central, I suppose. And I'm just having a quick drink at the top of the Hotel Inglaterra. Thought I'd say goodbye. And you can tell that I was in the sun yesterday because my eyes have all gone red from walking along the Malecon. Anyway, see you soon. Yeah, hi, this is Lynn. I'm back from Cuba, as you probably know. You may have seen a post on Facebook about my friend Fidel Castro. He seems like a reasonable guy. In fact, if you had been in Cuba with me, you would have not even known that he was there, to be honest. And many of the tourists, it might be their first visit to a communist country, but walking around the street, you would hardly ever know. I think the best indication might be in the grocery store, where it's a bit hard to find certain items, but apart from that, everybody's very happy, everybody sings and dances, and I like it. I think it's a great place. So over the next few videos, I'm going to tell you some of the experiences I had about different aspects which we would find rather unusual, including what the people's thought processes are, what their political minds are like, what the environment's like in terms of tourism. It's booming, so if you've got an idea about finding the next hotspot, I can tell you if I was 30 years of age, I'd be in Cuba right now today, starting. It's going to boom like never before, so I'll give you more updates over the next few days. See you later. Yeah, Lynn again. Just something different about Cuba, which we were talking about the other day, which I thought I'd bring up. Not many people think about this, but in most parts of the world, when you're running a sailboat or working on a sailboat, or we've got a sailboat business, including Mexico and Thailand and Malaysia and many parts of the world, they almost force you to use local crew or captains to run the boats. And that's a method of creative employment for some of the countries around the world. And it works quite well. But it means, of course, that if you own a boat, you are not really permitted to run it yourself. So when I was in Cuba, I was investigating this, and it's completely the reverse. It's rather strange. It means that when you're in Cuba and you have a sailboat, that means that only you are allowed to run it, and only foreigners are allowed to work on board. I know that sounds stupid, but for obvious reasons, Cubans are not allowed to own boats, and more specifically, they're not allowed to work on boats, and even more specifically, they're not even allowed to visit boats. They're barred from going on the dock and getting on a sailboat. So, a couple of advantages there for any of you budding charter sailors out there in different parts of the world. If you wanted to go investigate Cuba, you might find that that would work to your advantage, so you remain in control of your vessel, number one. And number two, you use foreign crew who are generally speaking are much better trained for sailboat, in particular sailboat management. So anyway, that's just a passing thought. It's the reverse of what most people think. So interesting stuff. Take care. Bye-bye.